What's up, Chiefs Kingdom? I'm your boy Chris Style. This is the Arrowhead Chief Podcast. It's Raiders Week. We got a lot to get into. Let's talk Chiefs.
Yeah, Arrowhead Chiefs. It's your girl, Miss Nicole. Queen of Hustle, baby. Started from the bottom, now we here. My homie at the start of his career. Let's go. Try to win him early, hear the truth. Tuning every Sunday for the juice. Arrowhead Chief Podcast, bringing all the news. If you missed the play, come back for reviews. Chris Style, out here repping for the crew. Post game highlights, go subscribe on YouTube. If you missed the play, come back for reviews. Post game highlights, go subscribe on YouTube.
What's up, Chiefs Kingdom? It's your boy Chris Style. Like I said, it's Raiders Week. We got a lot to get into. Big Monday night showdown, AFC West Division rivalry. We know how Raiders Week is. It's a big week, like I said, two big division rivalries. No matter the record, usually it's still a division game, and you still got to take those serious. We're gonna talk about that a little bit. But before we get into all that, let's give a shout out to every morning quarterback. They are one of the collaborative sponsors for Arrowhead Chief Podcast. If you look down at the bottom, you'll see the website emqpodcast.com/locker-room. If you click on that, you will find different various podcasts from different teams. They have a Chargers one, a 49ers one, a Jaguars one, a Patriots, a Buffalo Bills, and they also have ours, Arrowhead Chief Podcast. You can click on it, and all of our audio stuff is on there. Check us out. Also, check out Every Morning Quarterback, their podcast. They have a good podcast too, so check them out too, and you'll definitely won't be disappointed. So let's get into it. Like I said, it is Raiders Week. It is. It's a big week, when it's Raiders Week, a lot of trash talking, division rivalry. You know how it is when the Raiders come in town to Kansas City, Monday Night Football. So they're going to highlight Arrowhead Stadium. Arrowhead Stadium is going to be live. It's going to be lit. Fans are going to be all over the place. So it's going to be a crazy, crazy, crazy night that night. And it's going to be live. It's going to be live. So before I get into that, I do want to talk about something. The greatness of Patrick Mahomes. That's what I want to talk about. The greatness of Patrick Mahomes. I think a lot of times Patrick Mahomes gets taken for granted, the greatness of him, because when he started off so early. He came out so early. He had success so early, coming out the gate. He takes the team to the AFC Championship on his first year starting. Pre-snap penalty away from going to the Super Bowl his first year, but he doesn't get there his first year. But he throws for 5,000 yards, 50 touchdowns. He gets a league MVP that year. Then the following year, he actually gets to the Super Bowl, wins it. He gets it, gets the Super Bowl, finally wins it, gets a Super Bowl MVP. Then gets back to another Super Bowl, loses to Tom Brady. Then last year he gets to an AFC Championship game. It's been nothing but success for Patrick Mahomes. He is currently 53-14 as a starter, which is number one amongst all active quarterbacks. I think Tom Brady is second with all the wins that he's won, but. And here is my guy, Clarence. I can't see you, Clarence.
What's wrong with my camera?
I have no idea. When you called me, I was on live, brother.
I
Couldn't answer the
know.
phone.
I was trying to jump in. I was like, man, no, don't tell me he done already.
No, I had just started. I had just pushed play.
All right, I'm gonna sign out and sign back in. Something's wrong with my camera on this phone. Give me 1 sec. I'll be right back. Sorry, good people. I'll be right back.
All right. But like I was saying, Patrick Mahomes, 53-14 amongst all active quarterbacks. He is the youngest player to get 20,000 passing yards in 67 games. Matthew Stafford was the second one to get it. Here comes Clarence again, and your camera's still not working.
Man, dang. Okay, I'm going to the laptop.
All right. Sorry about the technical difficulties, but Clarence will be back on in a minute. Also, he's 8-3 in the playoffs. And I also want to play this clip. This is from Marcus Spears. He was on NFL Live talking about this very thing.
We got to stop LeBron James and Pat Mahomes. Like, I know it's popular to talk about all other quarterbacks in the league just as far as playing the position. I still think Lamar is the most dynamic guy at the position when it comes to the entire package. But when it comes to playing quarterback, we got to stop doing him like we do LeBron
Taking
James.
him for granted.
We keep trying to find somebody that's better.
Yeah.
We want to anoint somebody that. Pat Mahomes is that dude, bro.
Well, I think
I think we forget it, bro.
I think last night's game is one of those games that remind us why we had the conversation 2 years ago. Is he the best we've ever seen? Is he the most talented we've ever seen? In many ways, it's like watching Steph Curry. You know, the game moves at such a crazy speed for everyone but them.
Yeah.
They move so slow, you know, and I said this morning, plays like this because he has zero fear of making a mistake. I have to kind of change that. There's zero fear of mistake even being an option for Patrick in these moments. He only sees it as there is a play there to be made, and I have so much confidence that I can go make that play. And Marcus, you're right. Like, last night was one of those moments where we have to be reminded, don't get bored watching greatness.
Yeah.
You know, because we're critical of him when he doesn't do it well. I remember last year being very critical of him. And last night we do have to remind ourselves and everybody, this guy is once in a lifetime. And it's such a joy and an honor for us to get to go watch him play, because he does stuff where we go,
no doubt.
Oh, dude, what do you even...
What was that? How?
Yeah. Like, sometimes it's one of those, I don't want to cut you off, it's one of those moments where I was in that league.
Right. And I wasn't even close to that. I'm telling you. I feel the same way. It's players that come along every once in a while. And I know, like, all of these, the Josh Allens, the Justin Herbert, rightfully so, we talk about how incredible they are. But I think sometimes Pat get lost in that because we saw it so early and what he accomplished. We just got to be reminded every once in a while.
And like they said, it's just like at times we just, even as Chiefs fans, I think at times we could take Mahomes' greatness for granted, because now we're so used to winning. Now we're so used to the ceiling for us is the AFC Championship game. You know, of course we want to get to the Super Bowl, but the ceiling for us is the AFC Championship game. Here comes Clarence. What up, Clarence?
What's happening, man? Hey, my bad, everybody.
It's all good. It's all good. I was just talking about the greatness of Patrick Mahomes and how it, you know, he gets taken for granted sometimes.
He does a lot.
You know, and I just played a clip. I played the clip from NFL Live of Marcus Spears and Dan Orlovsky was talking about, you know, him being taken for granted because he's had early success so quick.
Right.
And, you know, even us as Chief fans, I think sometimes we don't realize what we have.
Absolutely.
Quarterback, you know,
absolutely.
Because for years we went without a great quarterback. We always have, you know, decent to mediocre average quarterbacks. So now we have the best quarterback in the league right now.
Absolutely. And I mean, just to speak to that, I mean, what is it? I think it's a couple of TDs or some yardage, and he passes Troy Aikman this weekend or on Monday.
You know what I'm
saying?
He'll be like 50th on the list. I want to say something like that. Something like that.
After 6 years, dog.
Yeah, no, that's
crazy. You know what I'm saying? 6 years, one of which he did not play until the last game of the season. Like, this is 5 years worth of work. So imagine another 10 years where he'll be at. Like,
and I just told, you know, he's 53-14, which is number one in all active quarterbacks. Winning. He's the most winning quarterback right now, active quarterback right now. And
is that just over that span, or is that just
in that span?
right now? Okay,
in that span of time from him, he's number one. Probably since 2018, he's number one.
Right.
And then he's the youngest. He just hit the milestone on Sunday night. Youngest player to get 20,000 passing yards in 67 games. Matthew Stafford was the second youngest at 72. So,
and the beauty of it, like, and I don't know for how much longer we'll have Andy at the helm, and who steps up into head coach, who steps into OC, things like that. But I'm praying that it's the opposite of what Aaron had to endure with McCarthy. Just looking at it and saying, well, we're gonna live and die on Aaron's arm alone, over that time, because there was times when all Aaron needed was just a little bit of a ground game, and he's those Packers teams would have been dominant. Like him playing, I think it was a game McCarthy's last year at Green Bay. They went to LA to face the Rams, and Ty Gurley had a game that game. Aaron had a game, it's Aaron Rodgers stats, but that lack of ground game, like Ty Montgomery in the backfield, that game, like, spend some money and get this man a running game. You know what I'm saying? And that was with a healthy Devontae Adams and all of this. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm hoping doesn't happen. Like, we get too heavily relied on the greatness of Patrick, and we don't get those opportunities to get back in this window that we have right now, because we are in a championship window. That evolution, you dig what I'm saying? Like, it's completely opposite of Tom. Like, Tom's trajectory went the way it went just simply because they gave him the tools, they gave him the players, and we didn't see them as big names. But Tom said, to hell with it, I'm gonna win with these dudes, and we gonna run the football, and we gonna fucking dink and dunk down the field, and this and that. And he's never had that big arm, but he was able to play the game with his mind and a little bit of arm strength that he had. Whereas, I mean, you got Patrick, who this arm ain't gonna never leave him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Look at a A-Rod, a Josh. Hell, go all the way back. Look at Dan Marino and Warren Moon and Jim Kelly. Like, they were slinging that thing up until the day that they left the game. You dig? So, hopefully we just continuously put great pieces around Pat to keep him competitive and keep his teams relevant.
Well, it's all going to come down to Brett Veach at the end of the day, because when it's all said and done, whenever Andy finally says, you know what, I've done enough, the game, I've done all I can do in this game, I'm gonna go ahead and sit back, because I wouldn't be surprised. Either Andy's gonna retire and go away, or Andy's gonna he's gonna get like some consulting job or something like in the office somewhere, and still be around some way somehow.
So let me ask you this: so the chips fall in our favor, and they get to the Super Bowl, they win it this year. Like, then we really have to look at it and say, okay, so Andy's got 2 in this era. Like, how many more is he gonna be around for? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I wouldn't be surprised if Andy would want one more. Yeah, if he want to try to get one more. You know I wouldn't if he wanted to try to get that third one, just to say, saying, all right, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? And maybe he grooms. I don't know what the situation with Eric Bieniemy would be. I don't know if this is going to be finally his last year with the Chiefs. I don't know if finally a team, organization is going to stop being stupid and say, hey, let's give him a job. And people will push back like, oh, they got their gripes about Eric Bieniemy, but you look at a team like Denver with Nathaniel Hackett. It's like, come on, man, really?
you would have lost your mind yesterday. So yesterday morning, I like to jump into spaces. You know what I'm saying, and just check the pulse of how everybody's feeling about their teams. Primarily the Chiefs. You know what I'm saying. I just listen to it occasionally. I'll chime in. So I was in this space yesterday. And it was a Chiefs fan, bro. And he was like, thank God that Andy called the right plays, to get them to keep them productive and allow them to put up them points yesterday. And I kind of paused for a second because it got hectic. You know how spaces be.
Yeah.
And then you know what I'm saying. I took the mic and I was just like, I just want to take a second to give EB his flowers because it's because EB being a former running back, we was able to implement that running game that allowed for Patrick to be Patrick in this football game. And I think EB did a tremendous job calling plays yesterday, and I think that we as Chiefs fans need to take our hat off to him and give credit when credit is due, because like EB has said all the time, if he has 40% of that play calling duty, well, the big man got 60% of it, so that 60% is going to trump a play that EB's 40 has. Or if EB has 52%, you best believe Andy got 48%. You know what I'm saying? And his 48 will still trump that 52 regardless. You know what I'm saying? So it for people to still have this idea in their mind that the good play calling schemes and the good productivity that this offense shows, like week 1 and like Sunday night, like to think that EB didn't have his hand on that and it was all on Andy is just asinine. It's uneducated.
Yeah.
It's ignorant, and it's not fair. When you say that you're a Chiefs fan, but you want to knock EB just because you see him arguing with the quarterback on the sideline. Like, that's his job, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's supposed to correct wrong when he sees it. Like, y'all want him just to allow for Pat to do whatever Pat want to do. And sometimes you got to protect Pat from himself.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying?
Because he wants to get the home run every time. And
Absolutely.
I don't mind that killer instinct. I love it. I love that every time he get the football, he want to give them the kill shot. He want to put he want to get the knockout punch. He want to punch back, and I love that about Pat. But you gotta be strategic with those punches,
Absolutely.
So yeah, I agree with you. Like I said, it depends on what happens to EB. Matt Nagy, I wouldn't be surprised if he's being groomed a little bit. Maybe he becomes the head coach of the future. You say what you want about him in Chicago. They did to go to the playoffs a lot of those times with Mitchell Trubisky. So I mean, he can only work with what he had.
Yep.
So if you got Patrick Mahomes at the helms, I think his play calling and we saw Matt Nagy that last year with Alex Smith when he took over play calling, the offense opened up.
Absolutely,
it opened up. So
absolutely.
So we definitely gonna have to. That's gonna definitely play a part in Patrick Mahomes' legacy. Is life after, and people are gonna say that's what the national media is gonna say. Okay, Andy, because they always try to find little things. First, now it's the life after Tyreek Hill, and if he, let's say we win the Super Bowl, a couple Super Bowls without Tyreek Hill, then Andy Reid leaves. It's gonna be what's he gonna do without Andy Reid scheming and play calling? It's always gonna be something. It's always gonna be Patrick Mahomes is great, but but it's always a but.
All the time. It ain't gonna never stop. It'll always be like that for him. Unfortunately,
in the next couple of years, if Travis Kelce say, "You know what? I've done everything I've done in this league. I'm retired."
Right.
What's he gonna do without Travis Kelce? Now he got Tyreek. Now he ain't got Travis Kelce. What he gonna do now?
Right. Because people got to remember, like, there's gonna be I would say maybe a 5 to 6 year stretch, God willing, that Patrick stays healthy. He's gonna be playing without Travis. You know what I'm saying? Like Travis is in what, year 13 right now? This 13 for Travis?
No, it's like
he got in what?
It's like 9 or 10.
He got in the same year Andy got here. So Andy's been here for how many years now?
9, 10 years.
Okay, so he's 10. He's 10 in. So you got like maybe 3 to 5 more years with Trav.
Yeah.
And then the rest of it is without him.
Yeah. Most definitely, especially if they win a Super Bowl or two.
Absolutely.
I think Trav might hang it. And Trav, he got a future in podcasting, doing other things. I wouldn't be surprised
Fashion, all of it.
when Trav leave, he's gonna be on ESPN or something like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
So he's got a future in broadcasting or doing something. So most definitely. All right, Clarence. I just wanted to harp on Patrick Mahomes, but you know what week it is, baby. You know what week it is, man. It's Raider week, man.
Raider.
You know what's going on.
Yes, sir.
These boys is locked in and they ready to they ready to stomp on these boys. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You heard Pat when he broke up the locker room. You know what I'm saying? He said,
I didn't catch that locker room speech after the game. What did he say?
Oh yeah. He said it. He said when they broke the huddle, get your bodies together, get ready. You know who's coming into town. You know what I'm saying? It's time. It's time.
Say less.
So Monday is going down. Monday Night Football. Arrowhead gonna be cracking.
It's gonna be rocking, man.
It's gonna be packed.
That thing gonna be rocking.
The tailgating is gonna be going.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Fresh barbecue in the air.
Absolutely.
I wish I could go. I was trying my hardest to come to this game. I couldn't make it.
It's gonna be rocking Monday night. But now that we touching on it, somebody for the little hot tamale spicy earlier. We was speaking on this.
Yeah, I
so what's happening, man?
I just told you. We about to stomp these boys. I'm telling you.
Listen. I just, I totally agree with what you're saying. I just always want to point out key things that teams can potentially do well, or they do consistently, and just some overall things that they like to hang their hat on, so to speak. Defensively for them, like Chandler Jones really hasn't shown up all year,
which I'm not surprised.
Right, which has kept all the attention and all the pressure on Max. They linebackers really, they thought Denzel Perryman was going to be that dude in the middle for them consistently, but he's been in and out of their lineup. Jonathan Abram is still who he is, number 24. He's still him.
He's a hitter, but he's sucking coverage.
But he's sucking coverage. They got this kid Robertson. He's undersized, but he got heart, and he want to make plays consistently. He's trying to make big plays. You got that's basically it for the defense.
You got Rocky Sin. That's their best corner.
But he got hurt last week. So this week against the Broncos, he was kind of in and out of the lineup, a little bit up and down. Like, you really can't depend on him to say, well, we feel confident. If I'm a Raiders fan, I don't feel confident putting him against MVS. I don't feel confident putting him against a Juju. Hell, you damn sure don't want to put him against a Sky or a Cole, because that's barbecue chicken.
Yeah.
He's hurt. You know what I'm saying? Let's just call it for what it is. Like, he's not at 100%. And then you go to the offensive side of the football, like they got two guys up front that they feel confident in, and that's their center and their left tackle. The other three guys are sus. You feel me?
Yeah, I agree.
They haven't. Derek Carr hasn't been able to connect with Waller consistently. Renfro didn't play last week.
Right.
They force-fed Devontae like they do every week, and luckily last week against the Broncos, he had a productive game, and they finally got a productive day out of Josh Jacobs.
Yeah.
They don't do anything that should scare the Chiefs. Again, lost to the Colts, they beat themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the
we
Raiders.
We should be 4-0. We should be 4-0 right now.
Absolutely.
We should be 4-0. Let's just call it what it is. We should be 4-0.
Absolutely. Right. Absolutely. So you get a Raiders team coming to Arrowhead. The pass rush for the Chiefs should be amped up because they playing at home. They should be able to use and abuse these tackles. I mean, use and abuse them. And Josh, like, until I see it, I mean, I've always wanted Josh to be successful in the league. Like, and they got this kid from Georgia, White. I always root for running back. Yeah. But until I see it, dog, like I don't believe in it. But I think they're gonna try to come out and put their best foot forward because it is Chiefs Raiders. It is an Arrowhead. Like they gonna try. Do I think they're gonna be successful? Absolutely not.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's get into the key components of the game, man. And one of my key components I would say is, and always when it comes to the Raiders, is pass rush has to hit, sack Derek Carr. Get him uncomfortable. That's when he makes mistakes. That's when he throws picks. That's when he rushes passes. And once he
gets happy feet. Yep.
Happy feet, and he gets rattled. Once you get them like that, they're cooked.
Absolutely.
You cut the head and the body will fall. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And he is the head, and you just cut that off, and their offense goes nowhere. So that is one key component, and that's always been the success when we played them. Is we always hit them early, get them going early. Chris Jones, we need Big George, we need Carlos Dunlap, all of them. Any defensive linebacker that can get to him, hit him, and hit him hard. L'Jarius Sneed coming off the edge of the nickel, hitting him,
Yep, absolutely.
That is exactly what we need. Another key component would be stopping the run, making them one-dimensional. We have the number one rush defense in the league. We need to continue that streak.
Yep, absolutely.
Nick Bolton,
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Darius Harris,
Leo Chenal,
even Chris Jones and Clark and George.
Big George.
Yes.
Big George.
Setting that edge and making them one-dimensional so we can pin our ears back and play coverage.
Yep. Absolutely.
That is one. That's another one. Another one is trying to contain Devontae Adams as best as we can. Now, look, I know he's the best receiver in the league, but we got to contain that man. We can't let Devontae Adams just go smooth off. We can't let him go $150 and 3 touchdowns.
But hold on, Chris. So, if Renfro is up this week, I would rather Tay get his pseudo the way Mike Williams did for the Chargers. Yeah. As long as we can make sure we're doing a solid job against Waller and Renfro, more so than Tay, because they force-fed Tay week 1 and the Raiders still lost.
Right.
They force-fed him. What game was that where Hunter Renfro fumbled in? I think that was the second week, right?
Yeah, it was against the Cardinals.
Okay, the Cardinals. They had that lead, and the Cardinals came back, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if Renfro's up this week, it's more of a benefit to slow him and Waller and let Tay eat. Because he's not gonna win a game for him.
He can
by himself.
If you get $150 and 3 touchdowns, it ain't good, brother.
Mike Williams was killing the Chiefs Thursday night, dog.
But you know what the difference
everything
is?
Else around it.
Yeah, you're right. But you know what also helped too? The second half, we contained his butt in the second half.
Yeah.
Because if he was doing in the first half what he did in what he was doing in the first half and the second half, it would have been a long day for the Chiefs.
I agree.
If he had got like 1 to 2 more touchdowns in the second half, yeah. Well, he had got 1, but 2 more. If he had got 2 more, and he was wrecking us still.
So think about this. So when the Cardinals played him, I think he had 12 to 16 targets, but Buddy only had like 2 catches in that game. And that was against a Cardinal secondary that is not what
it's okay
could be. You know what I'm saying?
Their safeties are their best players.
Yeah. They corners don't they nothing that scares team. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So for him to get all those targets and only catch 2 passes, I know, like Warren Sapp used to say, front end and the back end go hand in hand. So, it's possible that the Cardinals did some good things up front to mess up that timing. But that goes back to one of your key components, number one, which was that pass rush. We get that pass rush, take and get them targets. It's just a matter of where the ball is going to be.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? Like, so, and they don't want to let Devontae get off, but I'm happy if he get 105 yards and a touchdown. You know what I'm saying? Hell, maybe even 2.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that 2 may be all the points that they can muster in this game Monday night. You dig what I'm saying? If we do what we're supposed to do against Waller and Renfro and Josh Jacobs forget his cleats in Vegas and can't run on Monday night because he's so up and down, man. He's so inconsistent.
No, I agree. Yeah, most definitely. I hear what you're saying. I'm just saying contain them as much as they can,
Yeah.
Contain them as much as they can. Which, like you said, Waller, this is where Brian Cook is important. Brian Cook is important in this role because him and probably Darius Harris are going to be important covering Darren Waller in that middle. And
go ahead.
No, I was just saying, and L'Jarius Sneed, and Watson, and and Fenton versus Hunter Renfro will be the matchup.
Yep. Absolutely, I agree.
If Renfro plays,
and you noticed Sunday when they went to that big nickel, Cook was out there. You know what I'm saying? They went with Cook, so this is going to be a big test for them, especially, you know what I'm saying, that over-under, like, Harris get them short, Cook helps deep, you know what I'm saying, to try to take Waller out the game. Like, that's huge for them, man, most definitely. Because, I mean, outside of passing-wise for the Raiders, outside, and I thought this couldn't be the case, but outside of Devontae, Waller, and Renfro, and your occasional swing routes to the backs, Carr don't go nowhere else with that football like that.
Oh no.
Like the other wide receivers don't get them opportunities like that. Like it's Tay, Renfro, Waller, or nothing at all.
I mean,
you did.
I mean,
he feel like he got some legs and he want to take out running. I saw him do that a couple of times against the Broncos. I'm like, how y'all let him out the back door? Of all them, how y'all let him out the back door?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Derek Carr got out the back door on them. Like Broncos ought to been ashamed of themselves for that, man.
Broncos suck. We're not gonna talk about they suck. So,
let him out the back door. And then he's standing up, pointing first down. I'm like, come on, dog. We're not doing this today, are we?
Yeah, that goes back to hitting Carr. We got to hit him. We got to hit him, sack him, and make him second guess.
Yes.
Now on offense, I say you got to get Travis Kelce going early. When you get him going early, that's when he starts feeling it. See, the thing about Travis Kelce, he's in all his greatness. Sometimes when he has them slow starts, he's kind of, you'll see Travis, his confidence is kind of soaking, kind of slow. But when you get him going early, like the Tampa Bay game, what did they do? They got him going early.
Set him early. Scored the first touchdown. You didn't want to?
Screens in the middle of the field. Like they got him going early. And when you get Travis going early, that's when he feels it. You have to get Travis Kelce going early. So you definitely it helps out with the rest of the receivers too.
Absolutely, it does. Absolutely, it opens up a juju. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna go to Sky, it allows them to use that quick slant to Sky on that RPO that they want to do. It opens up the mismatch and to identify that single coverage, because the Raiders are going to try to double Travis.
Yeah.
He's going to beat that double.
Mm-hmm.
But if he's double, that means there's a bunch of single coverages. You know what I'm saying? And MVS can win his matchups against the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
Cole can win his one-on-ones against the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? A Justin Watson can win his one-on-ones against the Raiders. Like, this is that week. A Jody can get off. A Noah Gray can get off. Like, it's just too much offensively that the Chiefs have that the Raiders cannot stop.
I agree.
It's too much.
I agree. And you're going to love this next one. This is your bread and butter right here. Mm-hmm. Establish the running game.
Sir. Yes, sir. Talk to him.
Get Clyde and Pacheco and McKinnon going early.
Talk to him.
Establish the line of scrimmage, baby. Establishing that run, shove it, run it down their throats, and get that defense tired. Punish the defense. That's what happened. That's what happened on Sunday night. The offensive line was bullying, pushing dudes, Vita Vea getting thrown around, Shaq Barrett getting thrown around. Like, we need that nastiness again this week.
Absolutely, you do. Because you don't want a Chandler Jones who hasn't got going for them. You don't want him to get no confidence, especially this week.
Right.
So the best way to keep that bottled up and keep that contained, let Orlando Brown hit him in the mouth. Let Andrew Wiley pop Max in the mouth. Let them fire off the football and run a trap and have Trey pull into that A gap or to that C gap on the other side. Like, this is what y'all need to do to get this rolling, to get this offensive line playing as one cohesive unit and slowing down any type of pass rush that the entire AFC West felt like they had to pay this money to go and grab.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
you saw how to handle it Sunday night against the Bucks. It's the best way.
Yep, I agree. Yep, I agree. And just to segue what you just said, don't allow Max Crosby or Chandler Jones, for that matter, to be disruptive. Don't allow them to wreck this game. You know, we want a lot of second and shorts, third and shorts. We don't want a lot of, you know, second and 10, second and 15, second and 12, third and 12s. You know, we don't have, you know, this is where I would say Tyreek Hill is missed, because when we used to have a lot of third and 15s, third and 12s, I used to sit back and be like, well, chance we might convert this. Chance we might convert that, but now that we don't have Tyreek, we can't. We need those third and sixes,
absolutely, dog.
Second and thirds, third and four. You know, shorten that up.
Absolutely.
So now we can work the middle of the field with Juju. We can work the middle of the field with Travis, you know. And maybe hit him deep over the head with, you know, MVS, or hit a nice little angle route to Clyde or Pacheco.
Clyde. So, absolutely.
So we cannot let Max Crosby and them be disrupted. We cannot.
Nope. Definitely not. Don't give them no life. They 1-3. Send them up out of here 1-4, and let them figure out their pass rush issues next week.
Yeah,
but it ain't this week that they fix that.
Yeah, I agree.
Not this week.
And so, what is one key matchup for you?
I mean, like I said, you know, everybody at AFC West thought the way to stop Patrick and win this division was to go and spend all this damn money on top pass rushers. And I think week 2 showed them, okay, this is where we want to get to this point where we can let Pat do Pat and take over the game. But maybe we went about it the wrong way. And then you start to see 2 weeks ago now up in Indy, trying to still stay with that same idea. And I think they finally came to that realization that, hey, listen, with this offensive line, we have to establish this running game to allow this offensive line to get warm and loose and in that rhythm to get Pat to where he wants to be. That's not to say that they come out 1st and 10 and they run the football. You know what I'm saying? But I still think that main key is going to be to let them know we haven't went away from it just because we blew out the Bucks. No, this is our identity moving forward for this year. Like, this is going to be what makes us a championship caliber team, the ability to run the football. Because like it or not, like, we may not get that number one. And if we don't get that number one in the AFC, that means that we potentially have to go on the road at some point. And I feel comfortable with them going into any stadium in the AFC, any stadium, if they got to run a game. If they got to run a game, Pat going to do that. And Pat, it don't matter where Pat is. Road games don't affect Pat like that. Hostile environments don't. Only thing a hostile environment will do to Pat is make him play out of his mind incredible. And you start to see spin moves or passes with his left. Like, that's what I want. You know what I mean?
I agree. You want angry petty Pat. That's what you want.
Absolutely.
You want, because once you tell him he can't, once you tell him something about his team or tell him something about him, he gonna show y'all on the field.
Because think about if Buffalo takes care of business and Buffalo gets that number one, imagine what that storyline is going to be that week leading into that game. Well, Josh has lost every game that he's played at Arrowhead. Can Pat go to Buffalo and deal with that Buffalo crowd? It's cold, it's nasty, it's Buffalo. Can he go up there and do it?
I mean,
take this team up there.
And everybody's going to pick Buffalo that week.
Absolutely, they are. They're going to say Buffalo got him.
Yeah, they're definitely going to pick Buffalo.
Yeah, they are.
So I agree. Now, my key matchup for this game is the tackles: Orlando Brown and Wiley versus those DNs, Max Crosby and Chandler Jones.
Yeah.
And specifically more so Orlando Brown, because you expect what you're going to get from Wiley. Wiley he's the weakest link on this offensive line.
Yeah.
But Orlando Brown, you are supposed to be the quote unquote one of the better tackles in this league.
Yep.
Last week you was in you teeter-totter. You was in the middle. You was in the middle. You know, you're lucky you got Tooney and Creed and Trey Smith. But he's definitely gonna have to step it up.
Yep. Like I would say they would probably put Chandler primarily over there just because he's faster.
Yeah.
You know, Max likes the power, and Orlando would be able to handle that because that's right in his wheelhouse.
Yeah.
But that speed is what's been giving him issues so far this year. So I imagine them putting Chandler over there on Orlando side this week.
Yeah. Yeah, they definitely will. Well, Clarence, let's go on and give our score predictions, man. What you got? What you looking at?
So this is in Arrowhead. They got 41 Sunday night. I'm going to say 39-20.
Okay. I like it. You ready for this?
Here you go.
You ready for this?
Lay it on, dog.
Look, man.
52-0.
I ain't going that far. I ain't saying they ain't gonna score. They gonna score.
Burger.
It's just gonna be in garbage time. We gonna win 45-24. That's my score. We gonna be on that ass from the jump.
5 points away. You might as well just gotta give them that 50 burger, bro.
No, because you know,
Andy, give them that 50, man.
You know, Andy gonna be like, all right, that's enough, y'all. And we're gonna
not
grind
against
it
the Raiders.
out.
He won't.
And we're gonna grind it out, run the football, and run the clock out, all that good stuff.
Not against the Raiders. He won't. He'll be like, yeah. Run that thing up. Chad Henne come in. Chad Henne gonna get a touchdown pass. Man, please. Yeah.
But
They
I'm
trying
saying
to make a statement.
45-24. That's my score.
All right.
We
All
smoking it. It's gonna be rolling the Raiders pack on
right.
Monday night. We rolling up a Raiders pack.
Straight out. Like they taking this one personal. You know,
you know they feeling good. Raiders and they got a W. They feeling good. I bet you I go to work tomorrow. The homie that's a Raider fan, he gonna be talking trash again.
Oh yeah, he gonna have his mouth moving, dog. They beat the Broncos
because he was already ready to give up. Shout out my boy Jamal. Shout out to boy Jamal. Yeah, he was ready to give it up. He's ready to put his Lakers stuff on.
Listen, the Raiders been dying a slow death all year. Like, don't let that win against the Donkeys fool y'all into thinking that the Raiders are anything other than what they are. The Raiders.
Yep.
They are not relevant.
They're not. Their fan base, just keep them relevant.
It's amazing how a healthy Baltimore squad, a competitive Dolphins team, a competitive Jaguars team puts everything else back into place. Like this time last year, the Raiders was playing good football. They was competitive. They was winning football games. The Chargers was looking like, okay, they could be a problem later on in the year. And now everything is right back where it was. The Chargers are teetering. The Broncos offense is like, where's Waldo? And the Raiders are the Raiders. Like,
yeah. No, I agree.
When they said the AFC West was going to be a gauntlet and it was going to be hell to get out of this division alive, like, and these pass rushers ain't been worth shit.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, dog.
No, I agree, man. I think we're just a better team, man. It's just
yeah.
It is what it is, man. And until
consistency,
until they show me different now, hey, the Raiders come out here and punch us in the mouth and win. Hey, we'll get you next time. But
because they seen that before. Remember, they did the laps around Arrowhead when they did it. So every time that the Raiders come into Kansas City, they still remember that. Travis still remember that. Pat still remember that. Frank was on the squad. Sneed was on that squad. Yeah, there's a lot of people that was still on that squad, that was on that team, that's still here right now. So it'd be damn if they finna let the Raiders come into Arrowhead and do that same bullshit again. Ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
Ain't gonna happen.
Yeah. I can't wait.
In
Monday night
mode already. You know what I'm saying? And that's a scary place for the AFC to have to see this team at, is them in championship mode already. And they're not going to let off the fucking gas now. Like, y'all had your opportunity. Now they locked in.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy, man. I can't wait, man. Because next week.
Yeah, you know what's coming next week.
Next week is really going down.
It's really on. It's really on.
Hopefully they ain't looking ahead to that game.
Right. And that's the other thing, like, how much does Andy let loose this week, or does he say, him and EB say, let's keep this as close to simplified as we possibly can, just in case we need these for Buffalo? Like, can we do the small things that we did against Tampa? Can we do those and still have that same success this week? So we're gonna see, man.
Raiders defense ain't nowhere near Tampa Bay's defense.
No.
Don't get it twisted. Tampa's defense is still one of the best.
Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
You just happen to have that dude on the other side.
Yeah, for real.
And we had Andy, he schemed him, EB, and Nagy was in the lab that week.
Yep.
They was like, we can't do this.
No.
They put that Kansas City witchcraft on that playbook.
And listen, they knew just who to put in the backfield at the right times. Like that rotation between Clyde and Pacheco, and allowing Pacheco to get busy against that team that wanted to try to bully this offense, like to show that they have that element of physicality to them. Like, we can get physical with y'all if y'all want to. If that's how y'all want to do this, we'll get physical and we'll put 10 back there and let him thump on y'all all night. Like, if that's what y'all want to do,
Yeah.
But he don't thump on y'all.
Yeah,
He's young. He got shit to prove. Yeah.
He gonna break one this week. He gonna break one on Monday. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
He gonna catch that crease and
down. Yep. I could see it. I could definitely see it. And shout out to Clyde too, man. Like, Clyde been balling his ass off.
Hey, I think the young bull is pushing him. He know. Clyde knows. And as much as I love Clyde, the man is on the short league. If he get hurt for like 3 or 4 games, and Isaiah Pacheco balls out,
right. But I mean, I'm loving it. I'm loving him feeling his heat because this is the best I've seen Clyde since he's been
here. Yeah.
Clyde is really balling this year. He's having a great year.
But you know what? One thing I will pitch Clyde Bell on, and people don't realize, is that his first year he didn't have an off season. It was the COVID.
Yep.
He didn't have an off season. There was no mini camps or nothing like that. They just had to go straight into training camp, and he had to learn the playbook like that. Like, boom, you in it.
Yep.
When he almost had 1,000 yards, if he didn't get hurt that season, people don't understand. He would have had 1,000 yards that year.
Yep.
Then
they forced fed him week 1.
Yeah. And then the following year, he's coming off an injury. You can tell.
Yeah.
Even still, the off season was still kind of, kind of weird. They really couldn't do too much. This year is a full off season. They can go out there and just let it go.
Mini camps, OTAs, yeah. And it's showing, dog. Like,
it is.
And the best part, 15 trusting. You know what I'm saying? 15 can go to him and know he gonna make a play for him. Like,
most
shout out to Clyde, man. I'm loving this Clyde.
Yeah, I love Clyde too. I'm loving this Clyde too.
Yeah,
most definitely. I
don't like that helmet, but that's something for another day.
No, we here. What's wrong with the helmet, man?
That helmet make him look like a damn Super Mario Brothers or a Power Ranger or something. I love the Power Rangers. Don't get me wrong.
Remember Madden? Remember the old Madden when they used to have the big heads?
Oh, yes.
You can play with the big heads.
Yes, dog. Yeah, man. That's what he looked like. I don't know. It's just
he do look like the Red Ranger in that thing.
Yeah, dog. I think it's because it doesn't have that bar up top
or
something. It just makes it look off, man. I don't know.
Hey, you like it, I love it, Clyde.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Well, all right, Clarence, man. It's another great pod today, man.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you holding on for me, dog.
Hey, man. I try to hold on as much as I can. I went live early. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
tried to hold them up while you came on. You came on right when I pushed play. You was on.
Yes, sir.
It's all good though. Let's go ahead and land this thing, man. You got any last words?
Hey, y'all have a great week. Buckle up, get ready for Monday night. Let's get this dub.
For sure. And if you are a new listener or a new watcher of the live, you could also listen to us on different, podcast platforms, which would be Apple, it'd be Google, it'd be Stitcher, Breaker, Alexa, music, any streaming platform that you listen to podcasts on. Arrowhead Chief Podcast is on there.
Yes,
and also, if you want to follow us on social media, you see that right up there, that at AH Chief Podcast. Yeah, follow that on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok. You can follow us. We'll follow you back. Because what's our motto, Clarence?
We not Hollywood over here.
That's right. We not Hollywood. We fans just like you.
Just like y'all.
So follow us. We'll follow you back. We converse with y'all. Y'all got questions. Y'all got suggestions. We all ears, baby. You come talk to us, man. We will listen. We want to give y'all the best content that we can give y'all on this podcast, man.
Absolutely.
So hope y'all have a good rest of your week. Can't wait for Monday Night Football. Y'all y'all spoiled. Sunday, we spoiled. We get to watch football stress-free on Sunday. Just watch football, put a couple tickets in. Hopefully I win some money.
Yeah, man.
Because I'm broke.
Who you gonna watch the Buck and Aikman, or you gonna roll with the Manning cast for this?
I don't know, because I'm going to a Chiefs bar on Monday.
That's
why we might have to do the post game on Tuesday.
Yeah. Go. Yeah. Have a good time. Yeah, I know. I already know.
I don't be on live like, yo, what's up, man? How you doing?
Welcome to LHC Podcast. It's your boy Chris.
Sponsored by Hennessy. No.
Never stop, never settle.
Shout out to Hennessy.
Straight out.
No, but yeah, for real. But definitely next Tuesday, we will do the post game and talk about this Chief win after we beat down and mud stomp and do a stone cold mud stomp to the Raiders.
Absolutely, dog.
All right, Clarence, man. I'll check back with you, this week, man. Hey, and check us out on I'm Not Hating Podcast too, man.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Sir. We're gonna try to get a new episode rolling since we didn't have the brother Chris last week. So
yeah, man, y'all talked about all the topics that I wanted to talk about.
Hey, we run them back for you, dog. You our brother, dog.
We definitely gonna talk about Kanye, but that's for the podcast. That's for the podcast.
Absolutely.
All right, everybody, we gone.
We out of here.